Good afternoon, everyone. It is September 1st, and today this is another full forecast. It is, September 1st. That's Sunday, even though we don't have to do one Sunday because Labor Day's tomorrow. I figured I would do one, but today we're going to be looking at Dorian and a few other things. Dorian is now a Category 5 hurricane. This is a very strong hurricane, actually. It has 180 mile per hour winds, so an extremely strong hurricane. It's one of the most, I think it's like the strongest one on record in modern time in the Bahamas. But, you can see it's pretty active right now in the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico. We got a disturbance with a chance of forming in the Gulf of Mexico. We got Dorian with 180 mile per hour winds. 913 millibars is very strong, and then we got another disturbance in the central Atlantic with a 20% chance of forming in the next 5 days. But then we do have another one way out in the Atlantic with a 70% chance in the next 5 days of forming in the next 2 days, a 50% chance. So it's definitely active right now. The eastern North Pacific, let's go out there. We just got Juliet probably. 60 mile per hour winds, 1,000 millibars, and this moving. Let's take a look at the code for Juliet real quick, or Juliet. Yeah, we can see Juliet's expected to be moving generally northwest. It's going to be a hurricane probably by tomorrow, by Labor Day, and then it's going to continue to be a hurricane throughout this week until probably Friday. It is a pretty big storm already. You can see it was bigger than Dorian at this time. Wind speed probability, so you can see it. Not really affecting any land. So that is good. Wind history. This is a pretty new storm. Alright, so let's go back here. Let's find where I just was. And yes, I do have my monitor, so we are looking at other stuff than just one tab. So nothing is going on in the Central Pacific. I just said that. I know. Dorian is right here now. This is the big story. You can see it has made landfall in the Bahamas. I'm pretty sure right now it's on the Bahamas. You can see it is a very big. It's not the biggest storm ever, but it's pretty large. This thing is going to be a major hurricane throughout Wednesday morning, but then it'll be a hurricane as it goes near the coast. Nowhere is off the hook yet, though. This thing could still make landfall in Florida. We still haven't figured it out. It could make landfall in South Carolina, Georgia, the coastal regions, South Carolina, North Carolina, but then it'll probably go back out to sea. This may not even make landfall, too. But if you are on the coast, don't let your guard down. No one is off the hook yet. This is a very strong hurricane, so you can even see it, the eye on the Miami radar, looking at base reflectivity, or the long base. Yeah, you can see it in the same shot as Florida. So that is kind of where this is a major, very major Category 5 hurricane. It's not just barely brushing Category 5 strength. This thing has 180 mile per hour winds, maybe even more. But we'll have to see at 2 p.m. It's currently 12:14 my time. But we can see, this is the cone. Tropical hurricane warnings have been issued for most of the Bahamas. And we have tropical storm warnings and hurricane watches for the Florida areas, and some tropical storm watches further to the south. U.S. rainfall potential, looks like this. You can see this thing is not a whole rainfall maker, a giant rainfall maker for Florida. Maybe only 2 to 4 inches, maybe 4 to 6 isolated amounts on the coast. Not a big rainfall maker. But then again, if this track shifts west, that would be bad. That would make Florida have more rainfall. But there is going to likely be a lot of rain in South Carolina and North Carolina, as we can see. Let's take a look at wind speed. Oh, wait a sec. Sorry about that. Alright, let's take a look at wind speed probabilities. We can see a big purple area. We can see the track. We'll bring this thing sort of like, not like that. It's forecasted to go like this. So that is why it is. You can kind of see it. Most of Florida still has tropical storm force wind speed probability, so we need to keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at the wind history. We can see how it's much bigger than it was down here when it was by Puerto Rico on Tuesday. Has grown a lot. throughout the days. We can see when it started. I think it started like last Sunday, maybe, or Saturday. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, that is Hurricane Dorian right now. Let me go over here to my monitor really quickly. Where's my cursor? Let's see what I have pulled up. Okay, I have the satellite here. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, I have the, this is a mesoscale floater, so that's why you can't see Florida, really. But we do have a very good view of the hurricane. Okay, so you can see well-defined eye, very symmetrical looking storm. We got even bands going very far. I'm gonna get Florida in this, so that's why I'm gonna go right here. See if that'll help. All right, yeah. So this is what worries me. Look how close the eye is to Florida. This is Florida right here. You can see the eye wall is right there. This is a very, very symmetrical, strong, very major looking hurricane. This is a very, very bad storm. Let's take a look at the infrared. Yeah, look at this. We got a well-defined eye on the infrared. We got the eye wall and the big outer bands. Outer bands haven't really started reaching Florida, but they will by tonight with some gusty winds, maybe in the shower bands. We'll have to see. Let's play this how this is looking. We can see that the eye is probably starting to get onto the island right now in the Bahamas. We can see how this thing has been moving. Can't look at composite. Yeah, we can maybe. Do have a little bit of composite radar probably. Now we would have to look at the long radar, which I don't. Or we have to look at the base if you can't see it yet. On this radar, but that is Dorian on the satellite portion of it. Let's take a look at what else I have to look at. Oh, okay, so let's bring this graphic from the weather over. Alright, so yeah, we have the pivotal weather has made this graphic. If I zoom in on it here, we can see it better. We can see it's supposed to forecast to be a 5 all the way over there, and then a 4 as it goes closer to Florida, a 3 kind of level of Jacksonville-ish, or the Jacksonville area, but it's going to be in the Atlantic. Then a 2 by South Carolina, by Charleston, and then a 1 by North Carolina. But this is still a bad storm, and we're going to continue to look at pivotal weather once we get to the long term. But let's go a little bit away from the hurricane. Let's go take a look at the severe weather, because we do have some rather not active. We do have some severe weather. We have a severe weather potential today. Severe weather could be potentially active today, tomorrow, and maybe even Tuesday. So let's bring that over. Alright, so yeah, we can see for today we have, switch here, okay. We have a marginal risk right there. Let's make this a little bit larger, of course. So for September 1st, we have a marginal risk in Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, those regions along the frontal boundary. And then we have our new system, which is going to be bringing severe weather potentially for the next 3 days, which has a marginal risk going from Montana down to Nebraska, Colorado, and in those areas. And then we have a slight risk in Arizona and even portions of Southern California, and a marginal risk in Southern California, portions of Arizona. For tornado risks today by the SPC, we have a 2% in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and New York. Even in northern West Virginia, wind threat. Pretty much everywhere there's a significant wind threat in Arizona, and hail threat is everywhere too. It's only a 5%, but tomorrow it does get a little bit more interesting. We have a slight risk, a pretty big slight risk, and this could be an enhanced risk potentially. We're going to look at that on pivotal weather in a few minutes. We can definitely see probably maybe an enhanced risk. Slight risk going from North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. And we got the marginal risk going from Montana down through northwestern Illinois into the Iowa area. But we do have a marginal risk in the frontal boundary where we have severe weather out here today. It's going to be kind of in the New Jersey, Maryland, or that's Massachusetts, my bad, Massachusetts area, down through those states in New York City are in that area. Let's go to day 3 now. So for this is for Tuesday now. You can see we have a slight risk in Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Indiana, and then marginal in Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and Wisconsin. We have that area, and then I don't think there's any data for 4 to 8 outlooks. Let's see. No, there's no data for 4 to 8 outlooks. So it does seem like severe weather is getting a little bit more active currently. Let's take a look at something else real quick. We have the drought monitor. Let's bring this over. Slap that on. Okay. So we can see the whole USA drought monitor right now. Texas is getting hit. Portions of Texas, by Wichita Falls, has a zoom in on that area. They have a extreme drought, which is in the red colors. You can zoom in here. You can see right there that is an extreme drought on the border of Oklahoma and Texas. Let's go ahead and get the pin out too. It's big as crap, so let me get rid of that. Yeah, you can see that. We have a lot of reds, and Texas is definitely probably suffering a little bit of a drought right now in some regions. Well, I guess we're not looking at the drought monitor anymore. So let's take a look here at pivotal weather. Let's go to here. I'm going to bring this over to my monitor so I can get the models pulled up here. You guys want to just look at that forecast. I'm sorry about this. Come on. Right here. Wait a second, I clicked it. Okay. Excuse me. I apologize for this wait. This is taking a long time to load. So the only thing I hate about pivotal weather is it just takes forever. And then this severe weather threat we have through Tuesday is actually with our low pressure system that I made. I think it was Thursday's video with the potential to bring some snow. It was either Thursday or Friday. Some snow in Quebec, not the U.S. But let's bring this over now. All right, so this is the this is just the precipitation type and rate. Yeah, so as we go, let's go. Wait a second, this wants to load. Okay. All right, so let's go throughout Tuesday now. We can see our low pressure system that is right there in Ontario, which is bringing the severe. Why is this so slow today? Which is bringing the severe weather into portions of these regions. You can see the line right there on the GFS model. And some important things you may notice this time Tuesday night. We got that. Two main things are Hurricane Dorian's at 9:45 right there by Florida, probably major Hurricane Dorian still, and then we got the low pressure system in Ontario, which is bringing some of the severe weather to the northern USA. Major things, maybe some showers and thunderstorms to the western USA, but nothing really going on. Otherwise, Central Plains are calm throughout Tuesday. But Wednesday, we can see everything sort of continues. Wednesday afternoon, we can probably see some more severe weather across the northeast with our low pressure system. Maybe even in behind the storm on the wraparound moisture in Quebec, you may even see some snow later. A little bit of snow, not as bad as it was looking before, but could be maybe like not even probably accumulation, just maybe a little snow. You can see a little bit of blue right there. We do have Wednesday afternoon. We do have two important things, of course. We do start to see some rain going into North Dakota, maybe some showers associated with this low pressure system, and probably a frontal boundary out here. For the southwestern USA, we do have some showers and thunderstorms going all the way up to Idaho. And we got Hurricane Dorian right there, 9:52, maybe even still major Hurricane Dorian. You can see it is bringing a lot of rain to the South Carolina and North Carolina areas. And it is about to get hit by the cold front, which is even bringing showers down the Appalachian Mountains. Skip ahead till Thursday evening. have a new low pressure system coming out of Canada, bringing some rain to Minnesota, maybe North Dakota. That could maybe bring some severe weather. We'll have to see about that. Still have Hurricane Dorian. It seems like it may be making landfall right there in North Carolina, according to the GFS model at 967, probably like a Cat 1 or Cat 2. Bringing a lot of heavy rain, though, as you can see, a lot of yellow colors over there. And then we have a new low pressure system up here in Canada for Thursday afternoon. But still, it is pretty calm across the whole USA, or in the northern area. The whole west could be pretty unsettled. Not unsettled, but a lot of afternoon, maybe thunderstorms or showers Thursday. And then we got Dorian in North Carolina and Virginia at this time, maybe in South Carolina. We can see it sort of weakens. By Friday afternoon, we have a new low pressure system coming out of Canada. Enters probably Michigan. We can see a cold front probably right here, going down to Missouri, maybe even further south in Arkansas with some showers, maybe some thunderstorms in Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. And we do have the area up there with some rain. They have a low pressure system right on the four corner states, bringing definitely by Colorado Springs and Denver a lot of maybe thunderstorm showers, maybe even some potential for some severe weather. For Friday, we can see Dorian now. This will probably maybe be a Cat 1, maybe. Still looks pretty strong, especially on the northern side, but it could be bringing some rain to the Boston area up towards Maine, in those regions. So now let's go ahead to Saturday. Saturday, it definitely seems to get a little bit more calm across the USA. Since Saturday, September 7th. You can see it is sort of calm. Maybe in Canada we have a lot of shower activity. We got a high pressure right there in Manitoba. I'm just going to say that. I think it's Manitoba. But in Colorado and New Mexico, we probably have more showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be severe. And maybe some showers for the Oklahoma area, and kind of nothing nothing really too organized other than the Colorado activity. We still have some moisture leaving Maine from Dorian, which could make landfall in Nova Scotia. We'll have to keep an eye on. We have the sea breeze effect in Florida, probably Saturday. We'll skip ahead till Sunday, so this will be the last day of our little forecast here. We can see we have a new low pressure system which was going to form in the Rockies. It comes down from Canada. You can see Saturday and Friday. We can see this is Sunday night or Sunday evening now. We can see a lot of showers and probably even thunderstorms coming out into the region. Maybe even down through New Mexico all the way up to North Dakota. We could see some severe weather on the GFS model. Let's take a look at. Now we're going to take a look at the severe weather for today out in Arizona, which is where our peak is. Let's see why we have severe weather today. Let's play this out. Yeah, we can see dew points are not too significant. Actually, they're kind of they're not strong. I don't think they don't look too bad. They look pretty bad for weather. For severe weather, you can see 57. Southwestern Arizona seems to be the highest. But we can see definitely probably no severe weather outside of this area. Nothing too bad. Just maybe low precipitation storms. Alright, well that'll wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. I hope you safe, everybody, with Major Hurricane Dorian. It's a Category 5, and be safe if you have severe storms today.